I'm Jay.
Dylan.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you too.
All right, good.
And where down we
Now, as far as your pricing, like how do you set your prices just in general? Just straight up the middle pricing for everybody. Not in addition to like specialty cuts or stuff like that. Like, how do you break it down? How do you get your prices?
I think I learned the wrong view of a haircut when I was first starting a haircut. So like I included shear cuts, the straight razor shave, doing eyebrows, doing specialty fades like a low fade, low taper, all that stuff. I thought that was just a basic haircut. So I thought that was all included in I mean, which it is a basic haircut or whatever, but I think a basic haircut is a 3 on the sides, a rounded back, and really that's it. Like I think you could get a lot more money in the game if you specialize specifically in shear cutting or something like that. So I think I've almost I don't know where
You just grouped all of the
group all the services into one, which almost hurt me on my pricing. You know what I'm saying? To where now a lot of my clients got the delusional view that I had of
all of this
is included in a basic haircut when it's not.
When
you know
it's
what
not.
I'm saying? So that I think my pricing might be a little bit off, but I got to work with my clients to be able to try to fix that.
Try to fix that. Yeah, that makes sense because I mean, when you start doing some of the stuff, and I know some of your clients, you have a clientele that some of them like the enhancements and stuff like that. And they really like the really detailed work.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
And man, the cuts that you be doing, like some of the not the drop fades, what we used to call it, I forget what we used to call it a while back, but it's not really a mohawk. We used to call it South of France. That's what we used to, and you probably don't know that terminology. But when you kind of like you make that little U-shaped type of fade,
burst fade. That's what we would
with a
call
burst
it.
fade is what it's called. What you call it? All right.
Yeah.
So man, that's a specialty haircut
For sure.
That's a detailed haircut. Like everybody can't get that burst fade right.
Yeah, exactly.
That thing will look like the sunset.
Most definitely.
You get the fading right. Yeah, that thing like the sunset. So that I think for that, just for that haircut should be more than just a basic standard.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like every I don't know if you think like this too, but every haircut I'm trying to contour the shape of their head versus it's not. This is a custom haircut for your head, not where your calic at, where your corners go back a little bit or something like that. Like it's not just like a basic lineup. I'm gonna do the exact same procedure on every head. You know what I'm saying?
Each thing is different. Can't, right?
Yeah,
because
I can't. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's
different.
Most
sure.
people's hair are different.
But I feel like there's ways to complement their head shape. If they got like more of a skinny head shape, give it a little more bulk up here. Just different ways like that. Yeah. And I don't know if they are aware that if they were to go to like a Great Clips or something and get a 3 up the size, that's going to destroy the whole haircut because it's throwing off the bulk that I'm leaving, or you know what I'm saying. Just like I really try to contour it to their head. So
yeah,
I don't know if that's even the topic we were on, but
it is. I mean, you talking about how you come up with the pricing?
Yeah.
And I guess you basically saying that you kind of almost charge them based on the amount of work that you have to do sometimes, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've looked at the standard for price for a haircut, and I kind of I do research on a number of barbershops, and I look at barbershops who I feel that we are competitive or comparable to.
Yep.
So, you know, I mean, I won't name names, but more the higher end barbershops.
Almost salons.
Salon, yeah. I look at those prices and kind of use those as a standard because, you know, in the barbering industry, prices can be all over the place.
Definitely, yeah.
You know, you can have guys, you know, cutting anywhere from $20 a head to some people who try to charge $100,
Definitely.
you know, for a head. And I don't think a lot of people understand, like, I don't know if a lot of customers understand that when, you know, I think they perceive a haircut, anything that they come in and get, they categorize that as a haircut.
Yeah.
I don't think they really process the fact that if you come in and you have dandruff or you have a lot of oil in your hair, and if for whatever reason it's going to be difficult for me to cut your hair properly or give you a good haircut and I have to shampoo your hair, like that's an additional service.
For sure, yeah.
You know, so when I charge you another, you know, few extra bucks for that, you know, don't look at that as, oh, you charge X amount of dollars for a haircut. No, I charge this for a haircut, but it's additional for the shampoo that I have to do to your head in order and condition in order for you to get the haircut.
Because you wouldn't be able to achieve that product if you didn't do the shampoo on top of it. You're not trying to run it up on them, gouge them or nothing like that.
Right.
It's just, I got to do this to get the product that you want at the end, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And the same thing for shaving.
Yeah.
You know, when you want to get your beard shaved, when you want to, you know, get a facial scrub, or you want to get the steam, when you want to get the hot towel, when you want to get the straight razor shave, you know, all of that is not just a haircut.
Yep.
You know, and I think when they're being charged, you know, a higher price when they get all of those things, maybe it's just society and how people just throw it out on the internet. You know, somebody say, "Oh man, I'm spending $100 for a haircut." I can almost guarantee that it's just not just a haircut.
100%.
That they spending $100 on.
Sure.
Would you agree with that?
Even if it is just a haircut, you booking that $100 haircut for maybe his or our punctuality. You know, like consistency.
Yeah.
There's more to it than just what you're actually receiving. You feel comfortable in the chair because you're confident that I'll be able to do that for you. You know, if you go to a $20 barber, you don't know what you're gonna get. You know, so there's other things to it that I feel like a higher price point might actually make you more comfortable or more happy with the final product. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah.
And you like, I mean, just to kind of like reiterate what you're saying, you paying for that insurance.
Exactly.
That you're gonna leave this place, you know, satisfied. So when you go into the wedding or when you go into, you know, whatever event that you're going to, you know, a haircut is not, or a shave is not something that you have to be concerned with. You're concerned about getting there on time for parking, this, that, and the third. You don't have to worry about you know, your hair is not the primary issue.
For sure, yeah.
You know, because, you know, if you don't feel good, then you definitely good. You don't want to be scraping around trying to find a hat.
Definitely.
At the last minute, you know. Another thing I feel like clients may not understand why haircuts have increased over the years. And I'm not sure that is because they don't understand why, or if it's just like, don't do it to us.
Yeah, they don't want it to happen.
They don't want it to happen.
Yeah.
You know, because when you look at the cost of anything over a 10-year span, it's clear to see how much it has increased. You know, we don't have to point out, you know, simple stuff like gas, the cost of vehicles, the cost of homes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? The cost of a drink in the club, the cost of anything, you know. But when barbers go up in price, I think it hurts their heart more than anything, because I don't know if we the last people that they feel like they can come in and, you know,
Still spend they 20 with.
yeah, still spend their 20 with,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like they like, you know, like, I mean, sometimes it's almost like, man, y'all supposed to be our friend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be my friend,
I
man.
can
Why?
come talk to you about all the prices going up while my price still stay the same while I'm in the chair. Yeah, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right. And unfortunately, it just don't work like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Should we people gotta go get gas and go? You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So when I see people talking junk, you know, on the internet and stuff like that, you know, I don't feel no type of way about it, because I just feel like they just venting
For sure.
really
Yeah,
more
yeah.
than anything.
I
You
mean, if McDonald's workers getting 17.25, that's why you can come, because you're not getting 7 no more. You know what I'm saying?
know?
Like,
Yeah,
if your pay going up, so you pay more for a haircut now.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I don't know.
Nah, I mean, I think that make a lot of sense. I think they just don't want it to happen more than anything.
And I think, would you say the cuts are more detailed now and more like in comparison to back then, or no?
Uh, no, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. To be totally honest and to be fair, because you know, some of those hairstyles, even back in the day, I mean, a nice fade is a nice fade. You know, and there was a lot of designs back in the days. There was a lot of, you know, there was some intricate haircuts going on. So I wouldn't necessarily say that the haircuts. Now there are some haircuts that are like stuff like the mohawk, right? So back in the days, the mohawk was just kind of like you just cut that thing, skin it up. Now you fading that out more, and I think that there's more people now
trying to get the more intricate haircuts,
getting the more intricate haircuts. You know what I mean? People of all cultures and all nationalities are getting these type of haircuts now. So it's becoming more prevalent that you're gonna be doing those type of haircuts, whether versus not doing those type of haircuts. You know, so I wouldn't say that that it's harder to do. I think it's more, and I just think that it's just it's just evolution when it comes to pricing. Like, you know, it's unfortunate that the barber industry don't have strict guidelines. Strict guidelines on what pricing should be, so everybody will be on the same page.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, as an entrepreneur, you're gonna have to take that step and do your due diligence to kind of see, you know, what other, you know, businesses and shops of the caliber that you on are charging for they cuts.